Hi guys, I have been trying to record this reading on NATO since last night, but I've had a number of things happen. The signal from my router isn't as strong at times out in my living room as it should be, and it can make my image here look like I don't have much resolution, good resolution. And also the lighting here kept playing up. So last night it just wasn't going to happen. And then my microphone, my old one, crapped out on me. Luckily, I had my new one here. But then I had the issue with the signal not being strong enough out in the living room where I'm at. So I'm getting a booster, and hopefully that should address the signal issues. Yeah, I recognize also that my green screen is going on to my top a little bit, which is green, but I don't care. I just want to get this out. So I'm wanting to look at, again, NATO and if they're going to be contacting Biden and if they're going to have to act out against Putin. So let's take a look. Will NATO respond to Putin? And I mean, like, go after him, decide that they have to go after him. Will they be contacting Biden? As we are a part of NATO, that means then we have more of a official declaration uh, of war, basically, because it's happening. It's just not been formal in its declaration. People and politicians have danced around it, but call it what it is. So let's just see what we get. Is NATO going to take action against Putin, and will they contact Biden about this with significant information? Let's just see how that it shows up. See what we get. Okay. That is a whirring of a machine. I don't know if you're picking that up or not. We'll see how this new mic sounds with its settings. It has different. Just turned up the gain on it. Okay. What do we get? Is NATO, yes or no, going to go after Putin? Let's just get that one nailed down straight away. Yes, no. Is NATO going to go after Putin? To me, this would be a yes, trying to control it. And I think using various means, not necessarily super hostile in the way of violence, but just in the way of an intelligent, carefully thought out maneuver. It's not to say that violence wouldn't be involved, but this is typically indicative of self-regulation and controlling something that, like Putin, that's out of control. So to me, this is a yes. And it is paired with another yes with the 10 of Cups. And that to me is Europe and the various places that he's been disrupting and bothering them with their elective process and sending misinformation like he did in Georgia and America and elsewhere. So I get a yes that NATO will go for him to try to keep him from spreading this misinformation, this effect to basically be world dominant. So he can put plants, people in that are Russia friendly in various governments, like he's doing with America, with Trump. This to me is a yes. To eventually bring peace, to make things settle down, they have to go out into the rough water until they get to the smooth water. And that is going to happen. And I see it paired with the nine. Wow. Of cups. We had the 10 of cups. Now we're getting the nine. So I think they will. And I think here's the wish come true card. This could open the door for taking further action. Yes, again, hard work and everyday active planning. And I'm getting that accent on the number of three, but also though a group of three or a collaboration with, because that's what NATO is, working very hard and in unison together. They are very, very much on the same wavelength. Here is Biden, my Biden card. Now, Mark Rutte is from the Netherlands, so he's Dutch, and he is an Aquarius. And for him, I get the King of Swords. So this is not Mark, but this to me is Biden, the Scorpio, and peace of mind. With the Four of Swords, there is some healing, some pulling back. And I think also getting thoughts, getting logic aligned. Okay. So I think NATO will approach Biden. I think what they will share with him will make him feel more at ease. Um, there's like a feeling of like a relief. We have the King of Pentacles. He's always coming up with regard to stuff. And we get the Knight of Swords. This could be an act by another leader or another country that responds very quickly, or they're acting in a very aggressive, forthright manner. And this could be someone that is connected to Russia. Could be Putin himself. There is that shoot from the hip response, very fast. And since Putin is so much about land and taking everyone's country and their surplus because he won't invest in his own country and just robs it blind, and that's what he plans to do to every other nation that he invades, to make it like Russia, because that's what it'll end up becoming like after he's pilfered it. I think this is a response of like, yeah, bring it on. I I tend to think that it's more from the Russian community collab allied response. Here we have the Two of Cups, and it is paired, it's a partnership that is being very watchful, very vigilant. This is surveillance. And I believe this is unity and response. So I'm seeing that they will. And they will bring this to an end. And there will be losses, but the main thing will be that there is an ending and maybe an actual literal ending to Putin. And just it's sad that so many people have died for just because of this man's hubris, his pride, his ego. That's what all this war is about. And because he doesn't want to invest in his own nation and help it to be more independent and creating more things, he just goes and steals another nation and takes over their stuff and runs it into the ground because he's lazy. But he's very ambitious for the money. He just doesn't want to have to do an honest job. He's a thief. Okay, let's see what else we get. What will Biden feel? How will he be feeling once NATO notifies him? I would like to see his reaction. Biden and NATO. Show me Biden and NATO. Biden and NATO. Bringing justice. Decisions that bring justice paired with bringing an end. So they are on the same page here to, through justice, through legal means, act to bring an end to Putin and their Kremlin's overreach into other nations, including our own. That's what I'm seeing. And this has been definitely juggled, thought about. He's been causing drama. Look at that, 2 and 2. 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. And those that he works with, Putin, they've been up to no good. So to me, this is NATO and Biden joining together and juggling to bring Putin to an end. There is the Ace of Pentacles paired with the Biden card. His response is positive and affirmative, and he manifests whatever it is that they will need. And I'm glad to see that. We get hard work and we get the star. So working very hard through the darkness, through the uncertainty and fears, but we have the star of light, of hope, and spiritual guidance over us. And NATO and Biden do as well in how they respond. So that's good. And they're open to receiving it. There's the risk, there's the new adventure. Perhaps Putin's foolishness as well, taking these big risks and trying to get away with stuff. Yeah, no. That's going to be met with an end, literally. Wanting control. This is also nations trying to protect their boundaries from him. He's also short of money. Interesting, we get some hidden factors with the control and lack of, I think, free finance and source resources. So there's something that will come out about that. These aspects of trying to control and take resources. There is regret, remorse, there's loss. And where home harmony is concerned. So it's something necessary that has to be done to preserve countries' sovereignty and people's way of living. And I think it will get disrupted a bit in order to stop him. And unfortunately, there will be losses, but it's something that has to be done. This is, you must fight him. You cannot appease him. That you have to fight, stand and fight, from your corner. And this is letting him have it. And that there's more than one option. There's more than one way to do it. And to be open and flexible. Also, looking at fighting disinformation and confusion. More than one way to do that. Not liking the options I'm being shown, but taking action. So I don't know that Biden will like the options because they're not great, but something has to be done, and he's on board, and I get justice, so they will come for him. I get the Page of Cups, yes, and the Ten of Swords. This may have a little bit of a surprise to it, but it will bring a new morning. So there is an ending coming. Yeah, somebody has to walk away. All right. And there is celebration. Sorry, that's my stomach growling. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm hoping not. But there's a celebration of someone having to walk away, and that would be Putin. Here's the corruption, the chaos, the oppression, being an oppressor, and greed. I think also those in business that have, like the oligarchs, not forgetting Elon among them, but that type of individual that has money and the corruption and how they've helped them comes into view too. Yes, like long-term support, planning, effort, thoroughness is involved here, and carefulness. There's no rush, and it's combined with traitordom and hardship. I think really thoroughly examining the ways that he's brought hardship and division to various nations, for sure. And this time the hardship comes back on him. There's all that money and support. I think these are also the nations that are involved in NATO potentially. Let's see what's paired with the moon. Okay, well, this will be hidden finance and hidden aspects where and uncertainty where economy is concerned, because it will definitely affect Russia's economy further should NATO go there. And we do get the very no-nonsense legal card of the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. I feel like these are members in NATO that are heading it with enthusiasm and clarity and no nonsense, taking action with the Knight of Wands paired with the very informative and scholarly studying card of the Page of Pentacles. So, yeah, I think they will. I think NATO will. I see Joe being on their wavelength. They will be going after him. Let's just see. Will NATO be going after Putin? Let's just see. In the near future, yes or no? Or after Christmas, more further into the future? So near future, Will NATO come after Putin before Christmas? Let me rephrase it. Will NATO come after Putin before Christmas? Does that look likely? Will NATO go for Putin before Christmas? Because now we're approaching Christmas. Does NATO look like it will come after Putin before Christmas? Eh, this Four of Cups makes me feel like maybe a no, or a lack of clarity, uncertainty perhaps. And we have the Queen of Wands. There is something going on, I think, with Ukraine. Ukraine may not like, again, what options there are before Christmas. So maybe after Christmas. Let's take a look and see with the after Christmas. Will NATO come after Putin after Christmas this year? Will NATO come after Putin after Christmas? Yes or no? Will it be after Christmas that NATO comes after Putin? Sometime after Christmas. This decision has yet to be made. It's still very fluid, and they have a lot of options. Some things they don't seem to like option-wise, so that's probably why they're looking for various solutions of what to do. I get the Three of Swords. So the Two to the Three of Swords, it makes me feel like they do make a decision here, and it is one that would bring difficulty or hardship. There is a sense of restriction and a need again to think outside the box about how they do this to make things go in a better direction. So eventually they're going to come up with a plan. I think they're still working on a plan. It's not clear yet. I think it would probably come after Christmas because I don't know that they're quite prepared yet by the looks of the need for a more thorough decision, but I think they're gearing up toward it. Yeah, I think it will be after Christmas, a little further, with the Queen of Pentacles as a yes, with NATO and the Strength card, shutting down Putin sometime after Christmas. Maybe once things kind of settle a little bit, maybe his guard will be down. But I would see them moving toward going after him after Christmas sometime. Again, they have a lot of options to consider. There's a lot of like, well, if we do this, then this happens. There's the consequences. They need to run that through and those various scenarios through. But they will be successful because they're going to think out of the box about how they do it. Something a little different. And this is about security, stability, and control, and wealth, and resources, and also nations keeping their independence and their own wealth in their nations so that Putin, like I've been saying, doesn't take over their land and take over their resources. And we've got the star. We have spiritual guidance leading again. That's an accent that don't get worried. There's hope, and they will bring change and they will take action. So when the right time, they'll be guided spirit by spirit to take action. That's what I get. All right. So I'm going to leave it right there. And I will talk to you soon, hopefully tomorrow, more likely Thursday, once I get that booster put in and my signal is more secured out in the living room and steady. And then I won't have the fuzzy results when I try to record or go live. That would be wonderful. So I will talk to you later. If you appreciate readings like this, please do give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I'll talk to you as soon as I can, given my ability to record a video that isn't blurry. All right. Take care. Bye.